Certified DevOps Professional course. In this video, we are going to discuss about bootstrapping. So, as we discussed earlier in previous video, that we use custom AMI to speed up the launching of instances. However, even if you create a custom AMI, you still have to bootstrap sometimes the additional scripts. So how are we going to implement that in CloudFormation template? So let's see. So let's first see how it is done in the AWS Management Console. So I'll just go to launch instance, some AMI, and then I'll go to just directly configure instance details. So when we see the advanced detail, here we have something called user data. So here we just put our scripts and it will be bootstrap while the instance will be launched. So we have to notice one thing here. This input is already base 64 encoded. So whatever the scripts you will put in this user data option, it will be already base 64 encoded, and while launching the instance, it will be base 64. um, it will get converted to base 64. That will be taken care. But what if we are adding user data or some bootstrap scripts in CloudFormation template? So the difference is, there we have to specifically mention that this code, this script need to be converted to base 64. So let's jump onto the CloudFormation template and see. So now in the previous template, as we created for EC2 instance, we will add one more resource per property, and that will be user data. So I have added this property user data, and we are getting some errors as well. Okay, let me fix this. So now as you can see, the error is fixed now, and we have this user data encoded here. So the first thing I would like you to notice is we have uses the function base 64. So this is doing the same thing that this part is doing. Input is already base 64. So this in this console mode, the AWS is taking care of converting it to base 64, while in CloudFormation template we have to specify that we have to need this in base 64 code. Now the next thing is join function. So as you can see, we are using multiple commands in different lines. So we want all this to be like joined and go one by one after each line. So you can see the slash and escape character. This is for differentiating each line. So you're using this function join as well here. So this is just creating a index.html file. So and with this default program hello world, and this is how we will input the user data in CloudFormation template. So it will come in the resources tab itself in the properties. So this is just basic example how we encode user data in CloudFormation template. Now let's move on and go to some advanced functions, advanced CloudFormation template, and see how is it done there. So we have this template for LAMP installation. So I hope you're aware of LAMP. It's Apache, Linux, and SQL database all combined to form this LAMP. Now we have to see the resources tab and how this creation is going to be taken care. So we'll go to the metadata first and see what is the function, what is the initialization function we are using. So as you can see here, AWS CloudFormation init is the resource parameter, and we have configuration sets, that is install and run. And there are two steps in the configuration set. One is installed and another one is configure. So if you go to install, you see there are some packages that need to be first installed to configure the system. So these packages are MySQL Server, MySQL libraries, Apache, HTTPD, that PHP and PHP MySQL. So all these things are prerequisites to install, and it will be taken care by the yum package installer. Now there are some files that are also required here. So we have some files located at var www.htmlindex.php. So we have this php file as well. So, and it is having db user ref as a user and db password. So this will just be taken care at the time of the stack creation. So we can provide our db user and db password. So that is that is pretty good. We don't need to hard code it in the cloud formation template. And after that, if we see, we have given some, we are changing permissions as well. We are giving the mode 000600 and owner group as well. We are changing the owner group as well. And then we are using temp.setup.mysql, and with join function we are just creating database with reference name, again the same db name, db user and db password. And again we are changing the mode. So, and after that we are using this etc cloud formation service, and same again join, mean we are creating aws stack, and we are providing aws region, and we have mode, owner and group as well. And so again we have like hooks, some hooks are also there. So we are creating stack, resources, metadata, cloud formation in it, and we are giving the stack name, aws region, and web server instance and configuration sets. And apart from that, we are just enabling, we are just checking if these services like mysql d, httpd and configuration cfn or cloud formation hub are enabled and running. So these things also need to be checked and taken care. Then we have some commands for mysql root password. So that is also we are referring from db name and db password. And then we are creating the database create with this command, and we are using the join function as well. So these things are taken care like that. And again we have the properties of image id, the region, instance type, all these things are taken care like this. So this is how we will give some additional advanced parameters. And if you see, we are using yum update uh, cfn bootstrap service to install the metadata, and we are just giving stack name, region and cfn signal. So this thing we have to notice here, that what is the cfn signal giving. So it is just providing output parameter at completion of stack. So whether the stack is successfully created or not. So if it's successfully created, this dollar question mark value will be 0. And if it's not successfully created, then it will be something other than 0. So that will be the output from where we can get to know whether the stack creation is proper or not. So this concludes the advanced bootstrapping in aws.